This is going to be short and sweet. I'd like for everybody to join me in wishing my my big baby, happy birthday. It's just, yep, it's his birthday. And I want to wish him a happy birthday on this Earth Day. I had an Earth Day baby. So, yep, I'm going to wish him a happy birthday today. And our reaction, I want to see how you people are. I'm going to put, I'm going to wait a few minutes for you guys to come in. I'm still doing this off my iPad, so I don't really know how to work this iPad, tell you the truth. To be honest with you, I don't. I really don't know how to work it. But I'm trying. I'm trying. You know, I give people a few minutes to come in. It's still kind of early. Everybody at work, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Grand Rising, Miss Andrea. How are you? How are you? Yeah, today is my big baby's birthday. So he's enjoying himself. He went away for his birthday. So can't complain. Yeah, I didn't get I've been busy doing some stuff. Hopefully I'm gonna get another apartment with a hopefully I'm gonna get another apartment with a kitchen, with a big kitchen so I can cook. I got some stuff I want to do. But anyway, yeah, today is his birthday. That's not the only thing I'm gonna talk about though. But just thought I'd put that in there. You big baby. Thank you, Andrea. Yes, that is a good way to put it. But he's still my baby. Although I'm not gonna say his age because he said, "Ma, if I wanted people to know how old I was, I would tell it." I don't know. I thought only women do that. But anyway, it is what it is. Um, yeah. So I heard some things. Yesterday I was shocked when I woke up because I had seen the news and I had seen the Pope. He was on the news. He was doing what he usually does in Rome. People come, he comes down and greets them and speaks and stuff. But I did think to myself, I said, "Well, he doesn't look himself." But I never thought death was imminent. His death was going to be as quick as it was. But they say that the Vatican released something saying he had a cerebral hemorrhage. So that, if I'm not mistaken, the cerebral hemorrhage is a stroke at the brain. You know, but he had trouble. He had issues with his lungs. Ever since he was a kid, he had a half a lung, one and a half lungs. So it does take something out of you. And pneumonia, I'm telling you, pneumonia is, whew. I've had pneumonia. And when you have something, asthma or lung problems, pneumonia is trying. And they said he had pneumonia in both lungs. So he didn't really stand a chance. But anyway, and I haven't been really keeping up with Donald Trump because it's so depressing and I get so upset with it. But I did hear it's all over the news. The Supreme Court, I guess it's the second opinion. They stopped it, but they ruled that he could not use that Alien Enemies Act law to send to deport citizens with. They have to have their due process. So But with Trump, we never know. He'll probably put a load of them and send them to El Salvador anyway. And I've been reading stuff where he has, you know, he's been talking with Bukele, and it's just it's crazy. And New Jersey and the town I live in has always been a sanctuary city, and they're coming here to live, which I don't blame them. But and there's a restaurant that I go in, and the guy who owns it is Arabic, and one of the girls who works in there, she's Hispanic, and she works, and she works in there, and there's a young boy who works in there. He's from Venezuela, and he goes to the gym, and he was telling me yesterday that he goes to the gym, and that Saturday he went, and this white guy, I guess he was MAGA, started telling him, "You don't belong here, go away, you broke my gym," and and I'm like, "Oh, here we go," because uh, go back to your own country, go. They said, go F up your own gym equipment. MAGA is coming here because Trump is about revenge, and he made Alina Habba, the one who defended him, the I don't know what you call it, but the judge, the district court judge, I guess. Well, anyway, he appointed her over the state of New Jersey. So MAGA is in New Jersey. And Donald Trump, if he ain't stopped soon, he will be coming here. He's already doing garbage. Already. He's taking funding away from Head Start. He's just doing it. He's just on his rampage. I'm not gonna say no more about it because it's getting me upset. If there's anybody new here watching, if you like what you hear, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. Things worth knowing at BBIGGIRL underscore 72. you know. And if you care to donate, because right now, so I can get myself together, if you care to donate, my Cash App is $ PUMPKINCAT 72. Even if you don't, whatever you give is fine, and if you choose not to give, it's still fine. You're still welcome here. I'm not beat like that, but I could use the help financially, a little financial help. But hey, it's all, everybody could use some right about now. Anyway, there is the Prime Minister of Canada always claps back at Trump, you know. And I was listening to Roland Martin, and I didn't catch it all because I was doing something in the kitchen, but I heard him say that the Prime Minister, I forget his name, I only know Trudeau's name. I gotta remember the new Prime Minister. But anyway, he clapped back at Trump for something. And I heard that the Senate and some Republicans passed a bill to take the tariffs off of Canada because it's hurting the people who make Jack Daniels or whatever that liquor is really hurting the farmers, the people, the distillers who make that liquor, that the Canadians are taking all alcohol off of Canadian shelves. They're not saying it. So they're taking the terror to take the terrorists off of what Trump put on to the Canadian people. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Okay? It is terrible. So all his stuff is backfiring, and I've been, looking at little things. Not too much, though, because it gets in my soul. It gets in my it gets in my soul. It upsets me. It gets me depressed, and I just can't do Donald Trump. Nah, can't do Donald Trump. Not today. Not today. Not no time. Can I do him? So, but anyway, they are fighting and they are winning in court. A lot they're winning. They're losing some, but they're winning the majority of them. And I think they're going to try to keep him staved off until the midterm elections. Hopefully, people have learned their lesson. I'm a firm believer in God. I'm not overly religious. I grew up in a religious home, but we were not overly religious. Religious. We were not fanatically, religious. We believed in God. My parents believed in God, but they also believed that the preacher was 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 just as could be just as corrupt. Any preacher could be just as corrupt as any person. Preachers were not gods themselves, so I but I believe that this was Trump is our modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. If you know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because that was the most wicked town in the Bible, and that people didn't believe in God. It was just all kind of chaos going on in that city, according to the Bible. They came, they turned people to pillars of salt and stuff. And this is our Sodom had been going off going down the rabbit hole, as they say, for the longest, whew, for the last maybe 20, 30 years. The kids ain't got no respect for nobody. I don't know. The trend of black girls having babies at an early age in their teenage years has really went down, you know. So this was our test, and I believe that in November of 26, people are going to come out and vote for the midterm elections who have never voted, myself included, because I never voted in a midterm election, but I do intend to vote in this one in all municipal, you know, all you know, midterm elections and all primary elections, who we put on the ballot. It is very important. And I had a friend to tell me once that that was what it was. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be voting, and I'm going to be trying to encourage everybody to get out and vote. All of these MAGA idiots out before we don't have a government to come back to. And they picked the wrong person to lead MAGA, because Trump is all about himself. He don't think. He just does stuff. And I wonder if he actually reads what he writes, because I don't believe he writes the orders. I believe that baldhead dude, that Stephen Miller, that prejudiced son of a gun. He's so prejudiced. I had read about him before when he was in the office the first time. And he's the one that calls the shots. He's the one that put that deportation program together. Stephen Miller, look him up, read about him if you don't know. So that was it. So that's who that is. And that Void, the one that he wants to put somewhere, I don't even know where he want to put him because ain't none of them qualified to be holding no office. And he wants to put him in place. He's one of the authors of Project 2025. So it's like the criminals are running the White House, now. But like I said, I haven't been following too much on it because it's depressing to me. But if everybody gets together and comes out and votes in the midterm elections like it is, like it's the presidential election, and vote all those MAGA Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene and or what is I forget their names, and that Jim Jordan and stuff. They all up for re-election, and if everybody comes out and vote for them like they should, MAGA will be defeated. We'll be rid of these fools. Now, plus they start articles of impeachment, and I've said this too. I believe they are going to impeach Donald Trump, and they are going to follow. They are going to have a trial and they're going to find him guilty. And the thing is, it's not that they are going to find and want to remove him, but it's a process. Look it up. Go to Chat GTP and type in, ask the question about impeachment and what is the procedure for it. It's a long, tedious procedure. It needs to be, I guess, it's part of the Constitution, but it needs to be revamped and shortened. And if they can't revamp it right away, they need to make an exception and hurry up and get Donald Trump and his minions, his illiterate minions who don't know, you know, they don't know nothing. Linda McMahon is dismantling COVID relief funds for schools to build back and fix up their schools because they lost money when all the kids are out. I know you haven't forgot, but in case you forgot, when they first had, when COVID was first, when they didn't know what COVID was, they knew a virus was going around and it was killing people and it was affecting their lungs. They closed the school down. Governor Murphy ordered all school closed and to clean the kitchens out and give the kids, take the food and give the kids before they leave school to give them bags to take home of food so the food wouldn't go to waste and let the kids have the food. But anyway, oh, and also if you know anyone who has a student loan and they haven't been paying on it, that's been revoked also. Trump has an order. I think it's May 5th. It starts in May. I'm not sure the date. You can look it up. But if you aren't paying on your student loan, revoked that order that Biden gave that student loans be forgiven because of the pandemic. If yours wasn't forgiven and you still have an outstanding debt, and I don't know if it applies to people who Biden did forgive their loan or not. So you have to look that up. But anyway, they're going to start garnishing people's checks if they were taking it out of their paychecks. That man, this is why I don't listen to him. He is such a jackass. And that's putting it lightly because I don't want to get my page, no strikes on my page for nothing, especially behind Donald Trump, because we all know he's the enemy within. He's the freaking enemy within the country that he always wants to blame Hispanics, foreigners, black folks, and stuff. He wants to get rid of all the immigrants, whether you're here legally or not. And that is Stephen Miller. He is a racist. Oh, I can't say what I really want to say. I really can't say what I want to say about Stephen Miller. Nope, can't say it, because I'd be banned from YouTube and any other platform for the rest of my natural life. As long as it existed, I would be. But anyway, so tell them to make arrangements if you can. And I don't even think they're going to, like sometimes you can negotiate where you can only lower your payment but you can pay on the loan. It'll just take you longer. I think they did away with that. They want money, whatever they want you to pay. If they want you to pay $300 a month, that's what they want you to pay. And if you don't pay it, they're going to garnish your check. And I've had a garnishment on my check due to a clerical error for when my son was a baby and he had open heart surgery, and we used Medicaid because I wasn't working, and they put the wrong number in. So be careful. Garnishments are not cute. They are not cute at all. They are not. And $100, maybe $200 don't seem like a lot right now, like it ain't worth nothing. But if you have that taken out of your check, you work a full week and you don't get your money, those garnishments hurt. So if you know anyone who owns student loans, tell them to try to get, if they can, to try to get it together before they get garnished uh, there. So that's what they're doing. And it is crazy. But hopefully, this year is going pretty quick. We'll be in the next year. We'll be in next year pretty soon, because once August gets here, that's the end. That's the end. The day starts. The year starts going pretty close after Labor Day. It moves pretty quick. Kids will be back in school and everything, and it'll. So take care of your student loans. Is there anybody who wants to say anything? Right. If nobody wants to say anything, I'm going to end this video, and y'all have a blessed day. Yeah, I hear you. I'm going to tell him when he gets back, Andrea. So if you got anything else you want to say, Andrea, that's okay. I'm going to end this video. You have a great day, Andrea.